Welcome everybody to the Southern Levant garrison tier list. We're going to be going through every garrison in the Southern Levant and tier listing them. And shout out to Belides and Gaba Boy, and I think some others for putting this tier list together, the template. Of course, we will be the ones filling it out. I wish they had put it for Central. Well, we're going to start from the north and we're going to walk our way down, go around like this. God, there's a lot of garrisons here. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to start with my good old Alfam. Oh, I can't teleport. Oh, I'm in primary. Let me switch. We thought we had everything ready. We thought we were ready. Remember, guys, if you discover that if you do the cartography quest, you can teleport to the garrisons and secondary servers. Okay, secondary server. The IU bots have taken over the map. Okay. So we're starting off our journey at Alfam, which is really quite a unique looking garrison. We can see territorial, it actually contains a lot in these territory lines. Very important strategic garrison. You can't get out of Castellum Rogeri, Arsuf, or Hadera without taking this garrison. You can't expand to the rest of the map, so Alfam is actually a really pivotal choke point strategically. Makes copper, which is very nice. Maybe not as nice as Limonite or something like that. Currently held by the Abbasids, historically owned by the Abbasids as well. Now, it is just an outpost, so we have to keep that in mind. We're not judging... We're not judging a fortress that's only got wooden stock. So as far as, like, aesthetic for an outpost, this is pretty peak. I really like the circular... I really like the circular design. It's just, like, very nice. Just looks good. Very creative. It's got this little side attachment with the stable. It does have this Roman statue. I wish it was facing the other way. It's a little strange how it's facing the way it's closed. It has this quarry nearby, which is very nice. Let's continue exploring Alfam territory because it has got quite a lot of territory. It connects to Central, which is honestly very important. So control Alfam, you control one of the two passageways from Central Levant into Southern. So for invaders, Teutonics, French, they have to go all the way around if they don't take Alfam. A very nice quarry nearby. That's very helpful. And look at this forest. That's really nice. I like this. Great resources. This looks really nice. I haven't seen this in a while since the asset replacement. The asset replacement really does do a great job. Oh, look, a pretty lake. This is really gorgeous over here. Yeah, I did not know how gorgeous this area was. Very nice. And let's not forget the important thing here. It also has an Infernum zone nearby, which is a pretty big deal. I'm in testing server, so you will not find me and snipe me in Infernum. Yeah, and it just keeps continuing south, which is really nice. These mountainous areas, like this is all farm territory controlled by that one little outpost. I love this little forest area. I think we need more areas like this. Like, it's not even that dense, but it just looks very nice to have that. Just really good looking overall. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give Alfam. I think it's gonna be high A, low S. The Infernum Zone, as far as it's very strategically important, it looks nice around, like the garrison itself for an outpost is pretty cool. I'm gonna say it's low S, actually. I'm gonna put it low S, and I feel pretty strongly about that. I think it's a really nice garrison and territory overall. Very nice. Good job, Alfam. Good job, creators of Alfam. You guys did an excellent job. Very excellent. And we're going to walk towards our next garrison, which is kind of tucked away. And this garrison's actually... This garrison isn't very important right now, but it's going to be very important very soon. And I'll give you guys one big hint as to why this garrison is going to be important very soon. Hedera. Why is Hedera going to be important very soon? I wonder what's coming down the pipe that will make Hedera so important. We'll see. Right now, it doesn't really connect to anything except for Alfam. So, like, strategically, not useless because it's a stronghold, so very hard to take. And it can really anchor that Alfam position. Like, if you take Alfam, but you don't have Hedera, people can just continually send out attacks, and they're very close to each other. As you can see, this was a quick walk by garrison standards, and we're already here. Strongholds are very hard to take. I'm not really a fan of these two giant furnaces, but whatever. I like these little designs here. It's just the standard little stronghold tower. A lot of guards, somewhat defensible. We could see a teleport to a base that doesn't exist yet, but I wonder when it's going to be added. If I was spoiling anything, I would probably do it now, but you didn't hear it from me. How's the music volume, guys? Is it good? I usually play music during all the streams, and I feel like it's never audible when I watch my stream replays. So I turned it up a little bit. So please let me know if the music's good. Like, you know, these towers are cool. I think it's fine to have, like, a repeated tower. I don't think it's a problem, but, you know, you don't get huge creativity points for it, obviously. Strategically, not unimportant, but directly, it's indirectly important. So, it's not important for itself, but it's important because it's connection to Alfam. So I'm going to rate this a B tier. I'm not really impressed by the builds that much. I think it could be improved. It is a little strange how we had to do this. Like, this garrison doesn't technically connect to Castellum Rogerie, even though it's right there. And the reason for that is just balancing. So I'm going to go ahead and give all... Where are you? Hedera. Give Hedera B tier. Very nice. And next we are going to move to Castellum Rogerie, recently renamed, and it's just right here. And you can see we're already actually back in Alfam territory. Alfam controls this road, so you can't capture from there. You have to go to Alfam, which might be a little confusing, but it's for balancing purposes. And you can see we are just about to enter Castellum. And now we're just barely in Castellum. See how quickly the territory changes. That's important for like mining and stuff. And again, this is brand new garrison. This used to be, quite frankly, this used to be tiny. And it was a lot worse. I don't mind this at all. Obviously, the builders who made this used a lot of copied models, which is fine. I mean, it's not incredibly unique, but the layout is cool. Kind of sparsely populated, we'll spread out. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the layout. Like, and the reason it just doesn't match, you see these wide gaps between buildings. It doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look as compact as it should be. I would almost say rather they take the walls in 100 studs and just make the city smaller and more compact because it would match our style. Some builders don't quite understand. Our style is very medieval. Everything's crowded, very close to each other. And this is an exception to that, which kind of makes it not fit. Which I'm not a fan of. I do think it's an improvement of what was here, although I think it does need some work. I'm glad that it was fortified because it is a seaport, so you can see the docks are actually one of the cooler parts with all the multiple types of ships, and this sort of blacksmith on the bay. Very nice. Not know how defensible it is to have this just accessed right there, but it's cool. I mean, it's a tiny little area. I think it needs improvement as far as, like, they just, you know, and this is a lot of garrisons just slap stuff together, but it really just, the town itself, I'd really take issue with. The buildings aren't close enough together, and it's just too big for what it is. I think it should be taken in 100 studs, the walls. I think the buildings should be made more compact, close to each other, so that's why our parkour in our game is so good. Like, watch. In almost all the other garrisons, you can climb a building like this, and you can immediately jump over to another building. But if you look at the top of this building, where do I go? There's nowhere to jump. Maybe I can barely make it over here, but you know, the buildings are too far apart, so that's a problem. But otherwise, I could see some love and care was put into it. I think it's a solid C. I think it's easily a B or an A if some of those issues I talked about get cleaned up. So for Rogerie, we're going to give it a C tier. And one of the reasons I kind of liked this being an outpost was, look how close these two are to each other. Like, I feel like this is just overkill, considering how close it is to Arsuf. Like, it's a little bit weird, to be honest. Like, this is just, it's so close to each other. It's like the same town. It's kind of cool, but also cringe at the same time. Like, it made a lot more sense when this was just a tiny little outpost. Now, it is a seaport, so it does make sense to kind of upgrade it a little bit, but those are my thoughts. I just fought here yesterday, or a couple days ago. You alright, bro? Arsuf definitely follows the rules a lot better with building spacings. Although they could still... it's still a little bit far apart. Nice church. Cool little garden area right here with the statue and the blueberries. Nice keep. Does actually have an interior, which is rare for these, although this is really wonky, this entrance here. Really a cool garrison. Does the church have an interior? It does. Wow. And the interior is janked. Very jank interior. It would be better if this was locked off. This is not ready to be accessed. Definitely should be not open. I really like the design of this base, meaning this garrison. Of course, there's not that much surrounding territory because if you look on the map, it's just kind of protecting Jaffa. So as a protection to Jaffa, it's nice. Very hard to take. There's a few funnels and then double gates. So if you really just post men at that single inside gate, really hard to get by. Outside, quite pretty. Although we're going to be outside our territory very quickly because of how small it is. Actually, we're going to be in Stellum in a second, I think. Yeah. See, it wraps around each other, so you have to take one at a time. Yeah, now we're in Castellum again. It's all right, man. I mean, like, our soup, I feel like, almost deserves A tier. Because it does have some interiors, although the interior of the church needs to be blocked off. It does have some nice areas, for sure. I think A tier for Arsuf is fair. Oh, wow. Castellum has some... Hi, Lily. First Roomba, and now the cat. Come here. I'll say hi to the stream. Oh, say hi to the stream now. Hi. Say hi. Girl. All right, we've got a big floof tail in the screen now. Cat in the chat. Gosh, it's cat. Okay. Next, we're gonna do Nablus. Which is quite a far walk, so I'm just gonna tell. I will give you a free hat if you learn how to jig. Okay. Next is Nablus, which is kind of important in a similar way to Alfam. Gateway to Central. Also kind of cuts off. Actually, Nablus is extremely important. You can't actually go into anywhere in Southern really without taking Nablus. Nablus is incredibly important. Like, you could get stuck here. Positioning men at Nablus, you could hold off a ton of land, both from Central, the kind of northwest portion of Southern. So, holding Nablus may be the most strategically important garrison in all of Southern Levant, especially as far as invasions go. Like, if you really wanted to take the whole region, securing Nablus is probably the most essential component of that. Nablus aesthetically is nothing to write home about. I mean, it's neat. I really do like the mosque nearby. I think we need more mosques like this, like just spread around. I think we have a lot of churches. We could probably use more mosques. And this one is actually a really cool, unique mosque, and I really like it. And not to mention the quarry at Nablus is like probably one of the best quarries in the entire game. It also has this cool bridge, which is just really awesome. Really love this bridge. And kind of like that cool road that goes through. Yeah, I've worked on this area a little bit, but obviously mostly not me. Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, Nablus strategically alone could put it into S tier, but the town itself, nothing to write home about. The outskirts of the town are really nice. Really nice. You can see that these new models. Great. And I've not seen this cave. Wow, that's cool. Really cool cave. Yeah, that's very nice. I wish there was a couple nodes in here, just like to make it so there's some purpose for going in there. But that's a really cool cave. Like, just a really cool design. Looks menacing. It's just awesome. Just a really awesome cave. One of my favorite. Like, a lot of times I don't like when you just pop a tunnel through the ground and it has no detail. That's like a 10 or a 9 out of 10 cave, the way that was done. So I don't know who did that, but mad props. And the quarry is just amazing. And equally, it also controls just a ton of territory. Like, it's one of the bigger territories, especially in the north. You get some massive ones in the south. But in the north, it's like a huge territory. It's like New York. New York isn't that big of a state when you look at states in the south and the west. But when you look at states around New York, it's massive. That's kind of like Nablus. Yeah, I could see the need to split in to multiple garrisons. However, I do think that the way that it's kind of designed now is interesting as a choke point. And it's actually very hard to balance these garrisons. Like, you'd have to put another garrison up here almost. You couldn't really do it any other way. And if you knew how the territory balancing worked, I'm the one who I'm actually the one who drew out these territories for balancing purposes. Some may look funky, but for example, like this one here, the reason it circles Mazra is because you can't just, strongholds need to have a buffer garrison. Every single stronghold theoretically has a buffer garrison that you have to take first. You can't have two connections to a stronghold. Every stronghold only has one connection, which is also what makes strongholds defensible. And there's even 2 Nablus quarries. Wow. That's really interesting. Quarry up there is almost way better than this one, but that's cool. Nablus just has a lot of cool areas. A lot of cool areas. I guess this is technically Jericho, which is going to be our next rating. For Nablus, I'm going to give Nablus S tier. It's going to be the top of S so far. It could be like double S if it didn't have just a okay town. But the area around it, the everything, it's very nice. As we make the long walk towards Jericho. Yeah, the other thing with Nablus is the long walk also makes it harder to take. It's a fortress and there's a very long walk. So it's a very difficult garrison to take. You got to bring along a lot of men. It's hell to fight across if you get trapped. Explain how you get trapped at Nablus. I'm a little confused about that. There she is, Jericho. I'm gonna march around the city for 3 days and blast my trumpet. Jericho has very unique walls. It's actually based on some concept art we've seen for the ancient city, so the walls were meant to be very unique. Because this is actually one of the oldest, if not the oldest, if I'm remembering correctly, cities that we know about in the world. The Tower of Jericho, the Walls of Jericho, one of the oldest archaeological finds as far as like civilizational towns that we know about. That reason it's pretty based. I like this little arena it has up here. Garrisons are cool, man. Like, I feel like people could hang out at them more than they do. It's definitely... Garrisons are awesome. People ever hold trainings at garrisons? Do people ever... Like, I feel like if you lost your base, but you owned a garrison, like, you could still use it for operations. But I don't know if people do that or not. It'd be cool if you could, once we have the Lord system, you can give, like, your division leader a garrison or something and power. The Jericho's very cool. I guess compared to Nablus, with everything going on around it, it just feels a little bit mid. Strategically, not unimportant. You know, it does connect. It is the only connection from southern half of southern to northern on the eastern front, if that makes sense. So, if Templars ever wanted to invade central Levant, not that they've ever done anything like that. They've barely ever gotten outside of this area, my knowledge. But they could do that by attacking Jericho. So it is something kind of tumultuous to keep an eye out of. But it also makes Abbasids, it's an extra challenge. Because now I have to, as the Abbasids, I don't know, just have to deal with, this map's out, not accurate, by the way, for who owns. I have to deal with England. I have to deal with northern threats. I have to deal with Kingdom of Jerusalem. I have to deal with HRE sometimes creeping in. But now I also have to deal with Templars. And that's a lot to handle. Which, you know, maybe makes Jericho more of a liability than anything. And for that reason, I'm going to give it C tier. I do think it's better than Rogery. But it's not quite Hedera status. Next we have... one of the cooler things, which is St. George's. Is this? Oh no, this is something else. St. George's is in the north. Adaissa. Right. But anyway, a cool garrison. Does have this cool little... there's supposed to be like St. John's. There's supposed to be a church here. Maybe it got renamed, but there was supposed to be a church here. Historically. Cool market area. Didn't know the markets could be used here. I think they just used Jerusalem markets. Giant wooden walls makes it a little unique, but also strange practically. Like, you'd have to cut down some huge trees to get logs that big. Interesting little archery range here. It's kind of neat. Looks more like a modern shooting range. Oh, and the cave system. Again, I don't like when we make caves and we don't put rocks in them. Like, I feel like there should be rocks in here. Fine. Feels like a waste. I mean, IDS says okay. There's not really much here. It's just alright, honestly. I'm not huge fan of it. Hi, Lily. Getting your feathers all ruffled. See, like, why not just move these rocks into that cave? That'd be a lot cooler. Well, I guess it does have this... This might be Jericho's territory down here. Yeah, no, it is Dacia. This is a cool building here. Unique. Some docks. I really don't know how many people sail on the Dead Sea. I really just don't know. This is the Dead Sea. Meaning there's no fish in it. The saltwater content is way too high. You actually float. I've been there. You float if you go in it. Meaning no fish, which means your boats would have to be purely transport vessels. Yeah, there's just not... I never saw a single boat in the sea when I was there. So I'm just not sure that it's practical to even have docks here, but it is cool. Decent amount of detail. I'm going to put a Dacia in low B. Maybe even high C. Yeah, I feel like high C is more appropriate. Actually, B. I think it's got more good than bad for sure. There's nothing this way. I'm trying to get down to the next garrisons. I hope it doesn't block me. I do come like sometimes I do like these like desert. Does a path lead anywhere? Why is this here? Interesting. I'm not skipping. I'm gonna come back. We're doing a big circle. Don't worry. Nothing's getting skipped. Hi, Lily. Trying to hide from the camera. Long walk around along the pier. However, if it looks a little desolate, this is really what it looks like. This is really what it looks like near the Dead Sea. It is just, there is nothing. It's a big open desert. So I think there's actually too much grass, if anything. We're almost to Gar al Mazara. Gawa Masawa. Somebody put a lighthouse in the middle of the Dead Sea once, and it pissed me off so much. Because I was like, dude, there's no... they just made an island and in a lighthouse. Like, there's no point for that. And that doesn't exist. You actually walk across it, technically. Must be the spawn there. Here we are. And you're on a grind, sir. Every day. Yeah, I don't mind this stronghold. I just think it's pretty bland. Are there a few houses nearby? Yeah, there's a cave. It's just another cave with nothing in it. Oh. Truly revolutionary, guys. Big empty caves. Gotta love it. I think the bridge is really... Also, like, this pier could be better utilized. I feel like they could... I feel like this entire pier could be covered with campsites, and it'd be way cooler. The bridge is really... Ooh, this has been upgraded. This looks really nice. But you can't get up there, so... Oh, wait, no, you can. Can? No, you can't. That's so... What? You can't access these? That's be dumb. These should be at least accessible. It's hard to defend 3 entrances. Watchtowers are non-collide. Oh my god. That needs to be fixed. That's really disappointing. I was about to give huge props because that's a really cool defensive structure, but it's not just useless, it's beyond useless. It's so disappointingly useless. This is a cool picture. This is going to be D tier. This needs to be upgraded. D tier for sure. Not good. Needs to be upgraded for sure. Okay, next. This is actually the one I built a lot of, Masada. I've been here in real life too, which is one of the reasons I really wanted to build it, because the original plans for the building of it just were totally wrong, and I was like, this is not what Masada is in real life. This really doesn't give you a good scale of how hard it is to get up to Masada. Very defensible, very unique looking. Like, you gotta admit, there's not another garrison in the entire game that looks like Masada. Especially like the way that we did like the ruined walls, I'm really happy with. Very part intensive, but very cool. Well, you don't like Pietrosa? I feel like Pietrosa's an S tier. Oh my god, don't fall. Don't fall. Don't fall. No! No! Okay, good. There's no way to get up here except on that. Very, very good to defend. There's 5 different ways to get in. That's frustrating. We should fix it, because there should really only be one. Yeah, that should be fixed, because this should be like one way to get in. Can you scale the walls? I mean, I did work on it, so I am biased, but I do feel like it's an S tier. It looks really creative and cool. Sure, there's not a ton going on, but I do like it. Ooh, somebody added a tunnel? Oh, at least there's some rocks in here to mine this time. I don't think the terrain really is easy to jump on, but it could easily be fixed to not be climbable. I feel like Templars probably rarely ever lose this garrison. I'm going to put it in S tier. I guess strategically it's not... It is important. It's not the most important. It's not the least important. Strategically, it is important. I think S tier. Oh, yeah. Pietrosa has like 5 ways to get in. That's true. Yeah, Masada, there is no way you're scaling these in my... Like, what? There's not a way up. Super defensible. S tier for me. I don't know. You guys think it's above Nablus, or is it where it's at good? Oh, I missed my opportunity. This will save us some time. One way to jump around the back, but it's really hard. I feel like that's fair. I just get scammed. No. I just get scammed out of 20 silver. Masada, S tier, above Nablus, or right where it is? What do you guys think? Above Nablus. Okay. I'm fine with that. Masada, top of S tier. And it produces copper. Good point. Okay, this is one of my favorite areas. Keep in mind, these are some of the first garrisons that we made, because we made Southern Levant first. So some of them are the most dated, although we did touch them up recently. I do feel like some of them, especially maybe this area, Masada and Gar al-Masara, could use a facelift for sure. Like Masada, if it actually, it could be double S if it really had a little bit more love put into it. We're getting close to the quarry, which is Hetzera Quarry. Really unique area in the map. Kind of like a crater. Great for mining. And, yeah, pretty good. I mean, there's nothing else really going on. Strategically, it's kind of mid. Not, you know, not really that important. Produces blackberries. Now, there is some stuff going on up there. Ah, yes, farms that have not rendered in because I'm too far away. Go up there and check it out. I think some tunnels could be good for this as well. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, my God. All right. Salespeople trying to sell me stuff. I'm not interested. I'm interested in what you're selling. Leave my house. Should I get a no soliciting sign is really the question. That's really the question of the stream. There's like a ruined village over here. It technically does have access to the Infernum Zone, which is pretty good. The Infernum Zone is pretty nice. This is a ruined village. There's like two things. So you want access to the fundraisers. Apparently there's a video where people, some old men, go to the old no soliciting, and this is a cool Infernum Zone. I do think it's cool. It's a difficult one to navigate, for sure. Not an easy Infernum Zone to deal with. Where's my horsey? Back, horsey. No, there's only two, I think. Kaiser's right. Every 10 likes, we do a giveaway. I feel like Hetzera Quarry is like a B tier. It's like a low B. Because of the Infernum access. Otherwise, it would just be a C. And likes. Did we do it? Alright, we got one giveaway bagged. Can we get more? Question. I'll leave a like. I'm helping out. We've got one giveaway in the books. It'll be given. We filmed a lot of the cinematic trailer was filmed a lot in this area. In southern Levant. I think the other Levants weren't quite ready. Funny if we make a new trailer with filming like that. Here we go. This is Hadzeva. Gonna be just like a farming area. Not much going on here. It is kind of unique, just like having a farm layout. I don't hate it. So it's like a C tier for me. Hadzeva is a C tier. Hadzera. Did they forget Hadzera? Uh-oh. Guys. Sound the alarm. The boys forgot Hadzera Quarry. I mean Hadzera. Let's help them out. We don't have to beat up on them. Unless I'm blind. Is not. I will fix. The bandits took this area. No, they trapped me. Oh no. The liberating garrisons thing was added a long time ago. A long time. It's been a couple years, I think. Looks like there's a little bit of an oasis here. Farmhouse ruins. This is like a D tier. There's really nothing going on here. Maybe a little bit better than Gawar. Templars need some improvements on their garrisons. Next we have Ain Advat. I'm not sure is a real place that existed back then, but... Yeah, if you guys didn't know, there's a feature in secondary servers where you can take garrison, that bandits randomly take garrisons, and you can take them back, and it'll give you silver for taking them back. Alright, we're finally here. Ain Advat. This really doesn't have anything going on. Oh. Apparently there's a watchtower? Very generic, very plain. Strategically, might be one of the least important strategic garrisons. This is feeling like an F tier. There's nothing over here. I guess there's some farms. That's alright. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't really save it from its fate. F tier, I'd say. Gosh, the Templars are really getting railed. It's a cool garrison. It's like got some ruins to it. It's got some unique aspects, but it's, as far as this Ruins of Kadesh. Kadesh toll post, interesting. I feel like it's a D tier. That's just me. Yeah, this has got to be D. Not really anything going on. It's a little unique, but also just very bland in the same way. I feel like Rafa is going to be a lot nicer. Also, the territories aren't working in the southern Levant. It doesn't tell you what territory you're in a lot of these. It's a problem. Here we go, Rafa. Already looks a lot cooler. It is a seaport. That might be fair, Gauze. As far as just like aesthetics, could be the worst. We'll have to wait to find out till we do the region tier list. Hog face, it's like 30 seconds long. There's 4 of them. As a seaport, so it's kind of important. I think this is just a B tier. There's nothing going on around. I think B tier is fair. Now let's teleport to Beersheba. Oh, can you not teleport on a horse? Interesting. I do like Beersheba. I think it's a little empty around, but it's okay. I think it's like another C. B. Probably a C. Bipolar. I actually like this garrison. I know it's pretty simple, but I do like it. As far as outposts go. I like this little area over here. This has a lot of character to it. Definitely has a lot of character. Yeah, I feel like B tier is fair. B tier is fair. Awesome move. Next we have a Brawn. Looks like people have done some work outside. I like this here. I like the fences and that stuff. That's a cool addition. It does have that cool, unique building, which I really appreciate. Horse races and jousting. That's cool. Oh, it's like a... Oh my gosh, it's like a little... It's a little racetrack. That's really cool, man. Wow, that's awesome. Is that for a cartography quest? Who added that? That's really cool. That's really awesome. That's really awesome. Somebody added a horse racing track. That's so cool. I love that. That's really cool. I feel like that's just amazing. That was just like a 1000 IQ move. That's when level design enhances player experience. Like, that's really cool. That's really cool. I think that gets S tier. LeBron's the best garrison so far. That's really cool. Next we have Sumil. Not really much going on in Sumil. S tier? You gotta give me a reason. Magnetite, rather. Cool little underground. Everybody wants it because it produces magnetite. Okay, well, it needs to be improved a little bit. Yeah, I think B tier is the highest I'm willing to give it. It actually is important strategically. It basically controls the entire southern and northern connection. So I'm gonna give it high B for its strategic importance. and resource production. Why does it look like we're just going to the exact same place we just were? There's no way. These garrisons are just identical. Okay, these garrisons are just identically boring. Okay. That's going to give that one a D. We are. They both need improvements. Samil just has the resources. Well, at least Gaza has a trebuchet, guys. I mean, come on. Got Gaza here, which looks like it's been underconstructed. Well, the history behind this is that I think Saladin destroyed the city entirely, and they were just rebuilding the walls during the Third Crusade once Richard got a hold of it. It is a stronghold, which is nice. It's a stronghold. It looks nice. I mean, it's like, okay. There's an Easter egg in Gaza. Oh, nice. It's like the same interior that's in Sicily. Nice. This exterior area is nice. You guys gotta tell me where the Easter eggs are. I like this outskirts area actually a lot. I think Gaza gets A tier. Am I in the confession booth? Is that it's Credenzio? I think I've seen that. Yeah, it's me. That's funny. Tell Credenzio your sins. Maybe when we make the trailer. This is cool. Oh. That's funny. Wow, they put my name on it. Oh, it's me. We're sending ideas back and forth. That's cool. That's cute. Oh my gosh, we still got some garrisons to go, guys. Might starve to death, but we're gonna get it done. Gaza's gonna get A tier. I think top of A tier. Definitely the best thing in the southern half of Southern Levant. Barrow art. Barrow art. I've attacked this garrison many times. Strategically kind of important. Not much going on inside. Outside is a little bit cooler. Does have these cool docks. Yeah, entrance going right to the flag. I mean, the flag could be moved for sure. Supposed to be a stronghold for Ascalon, eh? I do like it. I like the look of it. I really like the exterior. Gives a lot of character and depth. Even got this like church thing over here. I like it. I like it. I do. And we're this close to Ibelin. And this ruined Crusader castle, which is really cool. For Barrow art, I'm gonna give it I'm gonna give it A tier. Low Gaza. Ibelin, here we go. What could be behind these walls? I can't wait to see. What massive city? What could possibly... There's nothing in here. Why would you build giant walls if you're not going to put anything inside it? Wow. Very funny. I feel like at least put a tower in the center or something. If you want to make it militarized with camps, go ahead, but at least add more tents and add a tower or something. This look familiar, guys? This is where the Count of Holland was appointed. Very famous, legendary moment. This is like a D or an F. The outskirts are a lot better than the inside. Definitely needs work. Bottom of D tier for now. All right, let's get to Akir. Just got a few garrisons left. Give it F. D needs to be worked on too. Not just F. Like, there's just too many generic garrisons. Like, this is just so generic and boring. If you compare this to Sicily, dude, Sicily is so goated compared to this. And this is supposed to be the first Levant that people explore from Jerusalem. I guess this area is all right. All right, like, I would feel better about it if I hadn't seen 6 of these already today. I think it's getting top of D. Then we have Buvarium. Castle Buvarium. Okay. I mean, I've seen this stuff before. Like, KOJ, you're definitely not getting railed as hard as the Templars are. But I can see why you would want improvements. Yeah, this is another, like, D tier. Not much going on. Last Remalier, which I actually really like, and it's one of the better garrisons in Southern. Yeah, Remalier is very nice, very good looking. It's got this overhead looking cemetery, farm, a quarry. Strategically always seems to be being attacked. Kind of important, bridging east and west here. I think it's an A tier. Not quite a Gaza level, but it's great. The graveyard's awesome. So that's my tier list, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think of the tier list. Definitely share this. Get this shared on Twitter. Wow, these are long. That was an hour and a half. But you know what? There's a lot to go over, and we certainly did. That's funny. I think Southern could use some love and some touch-ups, and it's unfortunate because it also has more parts than some of the other places and lags more. So it's like something's missing here. Like there's a lot of parts somewhere that there shouldn't be. Oh. Oh yeah, we're gonna look at the underground of Arsif and maybe change our opinion. We had it in A tier. Where is it? Interesting. Is that it? Oh, cool. That's a cool little addition. really weird, like this. Oh, whoa. Now that's what we're talking about. Holy cow. Here's where all those parts are going. Now that's really interesting. You can go down through the well. Now you gotta love that. You gotta love that. That's really cool. I don't even feel like I've explored all of it. That's really cool, guys. That's like a dungeon-worthy tunnel. Okay, that just moved Arsif into S tier. Maybe even just second to Hebron. All right, guys, that's my tier list. Hey, guys, hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe below. If not, leave a dislike and tell us why this content could be improved in the comments below. We'll see you guys in the next one.